back to A Little Crazy. Thanks for dropping in. Unfortunately, I haven't got to doing any headlining just yet. Still not fit enough to carry that little operation out, but did a couple of other things instead. So just take a look at how I did the window bars. This is the ones where the electric lead's going to go down from the roof, taking the wires from the windscreen wipers, the ankle light, and anything else up there, because I can't for the life of me think what I put up there at the moment. But see how I got on. Before I start putting the headline on, there's a couple of things I need to do. One is obviously to take the cover off the top of the boat, because I want to make sure that the boat is watertight before I start getting that lining on, so I can check there's no internal leaks on there. Now before I do that, I need to put the last vent up, which is this one. This is the original one. As you can see, they've got paint on this one, slight scratches on it, but it can be cleaned up. I have tried to clean these bits up, which have been tainted by the sun. Again, you can keep going at these, perhaps with a bit of caustic soda or something that might clear them up a bit. But I decided to get new anyway. And this one here was an internal one, so this sits on the top. This one goes up inside the boat, and then you're just left with that hole there, and that fits onto the ceiling. But I'm going to change that either to a grill or a mesh, so do away with that completely. So I've got a completely new one here, exactly the same fitting. This one's also got the seal with it, which this one hasn't. Obviously came off years ago. So it goes on there. And there is another glass bit which I've got over here. So you can see the difference between them. Far better. A nice new stainless steel one. Now, the thing is with this kit, there's 10 holes. They give you 6 screws, which is fine for fitting this to the roof and then fitting this to it. But when you come to put the stainless steel top on, you still need another 4 screws. So yeah, they didn't send screws for that. The other thing is, the little screws, all the screws in fact are countersunk, but the little screws being countersunk, this part is not countersunk, so when the screw does go in there, it sits up slightly proud in there. So I'll swap these out for some better screws, dome head screws, and then that sits nice and flush on top of that. Doesn't matter about the longer screws, because when they go into this part is countersunk, so that's fine. And the last thing with this, it's got a little mesh. I've had a look at this. There's no instructions, but it's too big to go around that. And it's too small to go around that. And I'm assuming this is to keep spiders, flies and things like that out. So I don't know how that goes on. It all seems a bit naff, so I shall leave it off. And as I say, if I'm going to replace this with a mesh anyway, that will stop any creepy crawlies coming in anyway. So we'll do without this little piece. Go and pop this on now. Just a matter of those 10 screws. Then I can take the tarpaulin off most of the top of the boat. It's been raining a few days at the moment, so that'll help me find if I've got any leaks on the boat. But I need to do a bit of a wash down anyway out there, so I'll do all that first before I even contemplate doing the headlining. So that vent's on there now, you see up there, and I've also put a bit of gloop around it as well and down all the screw holes just to tighten it up. I did put this on temporarily, this internal bit, but as I say, that's not going to be there. You can see as it's just a hole up to it. What I'll have is a grill, like I said. Take this one off. Ceiling's got to go on first anyway, but right, I'll get that tarpaulin pulled back now. I'm just cutting these side bars down now for the windscreen. I've already cut one out there and that previously, just to see how it goes. It's the first time I've used this machine, so I was a bit wary of it. So should all be marked up. Let's just check it before I go any further. As you can see, it's still dark in here. We still haven't got that bulb fixed. Right, so that's the two of them done. So this one is going to have the wire going down from the roof, so that's your lights and everything else up there coming down here, going to the control panel. So I've cut a little bit of neoprene out there so that can go on the bottom there, because obviously that's going onto the fiberglass, and as the boat vibrates, you don't want that shaking on the fiberglass. So I don't know whether I'm going to actually fit this on at the moment or just get it all ready. The reason is I'm going to put a lip on there, so I'm going to cut down here and just bend it over slightly. It only has to be sort of like I don't know, 1/4 of an inch of that. Doesn't have to be much. The reason is because the wires are going to go from the roof and then down, and obviously don't want them scratching on there because could easily cut them, especially if I've already got this fitted up. So once it's in place, that's it, and then I've only got a small gap to put the wires in and feed them down there. That's why I'm thinking of not putting it on, feeding the wires through first and then actually fitting it. It's only going to be riveted, so it's not as though any screws are going to go in and dig into them. So it'll probably be the better way to do it then. As I say, there's a very small gap up there to the roof, so I know I'm giving it a little bit more, but I've still got to turn, and then if the rivets are already in there, there is a chance of snagging on them. So what I should do is put them through first, I think, and then put it on. Right, I'll go and cut this 1/4 of an inch down, but I'll just offer this one up. It should fit because it was the same as that one, and that one fitted it, so I've just cut it exactly the same, so it should fit. But I'll just go and do that now. Well, that bit fits nicely, but as it's me, I did forget one thing, and that's the ceiling supports under the roof. The two outside ones are quite close, and therefore it's not enough room for this bar to go up. So I've had to multi-tool a piece off, which is only like a 1/4 of an inch. So what it does mean is when I fold this over, that's going to hit that support, so I'm going to have to pull it over, cut it off, and then put it on the grinding wheel just to take the burr off that side, I mean, if push comes to shove, I'll put a conduit down there, but I do lose a bit of room with the conduit, obviously being circular. But we do what we can. Get that out of the way. See, all our equipment is nailed down. Be fairly generous with this because as I say, the piece of wood on the roof comes down to here, and then you've got the ceiling going on top as well, so, or underneath I should say, so there's a bit of room to play. A little bit more than what I marked because like I say, if I'm going to cut it off from the back, I need to know that I'm going to get that fold off. Right, let's grab a pair of pliers. Right, it is early, so expecting it to bend easy. See, that's how I was intending to leave it, so that the wire goes over that and round the back of it, but no can do. That's cut off fairly flat. Well, as you can imagine, it is sharp. So yeah, I might put a conduit on the pipe, on the wires when I put it in. Like I say, I'm not going to fix this. I'm going to just offer it up, and then wait until we've got the wires coming down it, and then fix it on. I'll fix the other one on though, and you'll be able to see both in situ sort of thing. But this will only be temporary, like a lot of things I do. Right, so this is the side with just a blank, no wires going down in this one. If you can see that, you can't quite see where it's going up into the ceiling, but that's the wood up there that I said was really in the way on the other side. Not so much on this side, no wires going down it, but on the other side, yeah. Let's clamp this in so they're nice and tight. The thing I'm concerned about here is the rivets. I mean, they're 8mm in length, and these two metals are 4mm. So I want to get this as tight as possible, so I don't have to struggle with a rivet. Yeah, so that's the rivet. So that's 8mm. It's going into 4mm, leaving 4mm. But I'm not sure whether that's going to hold. But I have ordered some larger ones, to be honest with you. So if these don't hold, I'll just pop the larger ones when they come. Jesus Christ. Strong bloody rivets. Right, well I'm knackered. That's on there. So, if I spin this. Yeah, see that goes up into the part of the ceiling there. Looks like I had to cut a piece away, so it just nips it. But you won't see it, so it goes right up inside, and then the ceiling comes across there, and then that goes down. You can't see it because it's really bad light in here, but just on here, in a couple of places down here, is where the original turnbuckles went. But I doubt we can get them back on there, because obviously they're going to be sitting right close to this new bar. So I'll have to either put it on this face or that front face for holding the canopy on. But yeah, they're fine. You can't really see them. It's one of them days where it's really bright out there, cutting the light. Anyway, I'm going to put the other one up now. I'm not going to fix that one, and we'll wait until we've done the wiring.